my lovely wishes. This is part 2 of the Q&A videos, questions that you have asked and you would like me to answer for you. So we're going to have Alexa set us a timer for 15 minutes and I'm going to answer questions. So Alexa, set a 15-minute timer, please. Alexa, set a 15-minute timer, please.
15 minutes, starting now.
I think she was dozing. Okay, we just finished Pat's question about my tattoo. Sue Fisher, other than the blocks of the month, do you start and finish a project or have multiple projects going at once? No, I do it and I finish it. Now, I don't, for instance, the experiment quilt that I just finished and now is a sandwich, I will start on quilting it, but I probably won't quilt the whole thing at a time. And I will start on something else and then I'll just kind of go back and forth that way. But otherwise, yeah, it's kind of a sickness. I need to finish it, clean it all up, put all the stuff all back away, make sure everything's all back where it needs to be, and then start on the next thing. And I'm that way with everything. I'm a finisher. My husband is not a finisher. It's okay. Mary Beth Kelton. It's a paragraph, so I'm going to need to find the questions in here. I would like to see what you're working on. I would also like to see if you ever make any of the projects in those boxes. I don't know about anyone else. I do not go down that road since I feel like they never really put a project that I would want to do. Yeah, you know what? Not very often. Part of the reason why I give them away is because I'm not really into making the project. The Sewers Club box, I have made all of the projects that came in those boxes and I loved them. Quilters, Open Gate, I usually do their projects. But frequently, the fabric is not generally my first choice. And so, and for me, that's everything. I mean, if the fabric isn't like speaking to me, then even though it might end up cute, it's probably not going to be my thing. I'm not really a calicos, a bright, like primary colors kind of worker. So, you know. So, I would also like to know if you were putting together a box, what would be your ultimate designer type of project, notions, whatever, in parentheses, no candy, not for nothing, but I feel like some are just using up leftovers from their kids' Halloween buckets or Easter baskets. And you think you might be right. If I were putting together a box, well, if money was no object, which of course it always is, I would choose a Robin Pickens pattern or line of fabrics, and I would include everything: the backing, the binding, the batting, a full spool of thread. If it were my own specific box, I would not do the frou-frou at all. I would not do notions unless it was something really new and interesting and different, like, for instance, Fallon's So Be It quilts. These little guys, this is new and different and interesting, and I would love these in a box just to, you know, look, see, cool, use. Otherwise, I have a basket that is full of notions that I would not use. And I know to save money that they frequently probably choose a lesser quality notion, but why? I would way rather see more fabric and full spools of thread than all of the stuff. But I have to say, when I first started getting boxes, that was fun. Some of those little things were fun. Now, with this far in, yeah. So maybe there could be boxes where you could choose, do you want the box with all the frou-frou, or do you want the box that's just like for the serious quilter? And what is your biggest challenge when it comes to quilting? Okay, we're being authentic here. We're friends, we're sitting together, so I'm just gonna tell you how it is. For me, the biggest challenge is pain. I am in pain all the time, and I have disc and nerve injuries in my neck that cause all kinds of little things. So I can't sit at the machine for more than an hour or so before I need to go lay flat or change my position. That's a challenge where I would really rather just be going. Let's just do it. My back and neck have other ideas. So but then I would have to say that's probably my biggest challenge in life, period. It's just, people who live in chronic pain, hugs, people, just hugs and more hugs. It is not fun, especially if it's invisible. Like in my case, you would not know that I'm in pain. So people assume that you're fine, which they should. I don't want to punish you with my pain. But sometimes you got to be understanding, and so enough of that. Do you applique? We already talked about applique. If not, do you want a project when you sit down with when you watch TV? Have you considered cross stitch? Yes, I do want a project when I sit down to watch TV. I am not good with just sit and watch TV. But since this is just gonna sound piteous, I really didn't want to be like, this is not the Holly, I'm so sad story. But since I started having essential tremors, I can't knit. I can't cross stitch. I can't really do anything that I need to have like a precision, any kind of precision, because it's not going to be pretty. So I usually mess around on my iPad. I do crossword puzzles and do dumb, silly solitaire, and that's how that works for me. Wow, Mary Beth, you got some good questions. Do you have cats? No, I don't have cats. I want to have cats. I would be the crazy cat lady, but right now, we were thinking about getting a cat when we first got Dandelion, and we thought when she was a little bit older, 6 months older, so that we would get a cat. Same problem with my allergic grandson, but by that time he had found a allergist and some medication that was helping, so we thought, maybe a cat. But surprise, not expected, Dandelion has an insane prey drive. I mean, if it's fuzzy and it runs, she is going for it. Now, she has sense. We've worked with her, and if Tom tells her no, or that it's his, if he claims it, she will leave it alone. The possums are my favorite because they just play dead, and she just looks at them. It's just hilarious. But anyway, I'm afraid that she would see a kitten as prey. And even though I know we could work through it, keep the cat isolated kind of thing, I'm just not sure right now. I'm just not sure. But I would love a cat. And I think, yeah. Do you have a fab sewing chair? We're still working on Mary Beth here. Yes, I have the chair that I'm sitting in right now is a big office chair. Weird fact about me is that I like to sit with my legs crossed, not like my over your knee, but like lotus position, or kids used to call it crisscross applesauce. That's my most comfortable way of sitting. I'm short, so I don't like the dangling legs thing. So I really like a chair where the seat is wide enough so that I can sit that way. It's how I'm sitting right now. So a big and tall men's chair is generally my favorite chair. And I do need it to have arms for the stability. So yeah, that's my favorite chair. So, okay, on to Tracy Fisher. You might have answered this before, but do you starch? I love Kimberly Jelly, but I struggle to starch a lot. Do you? Is it worth all the time? Laugh out loud. I say that, and my blocks are not anywhere near as perfect as hers. What's your opinion? I have watched Kimberly do her starching procedure, and I say, more power to you, girl. I mean, obviously, you're getting amazing blocks from doing that, but I ain't got time for that nonsense. I know is not happening. I do, however, use Best Press quite liberally. Before I cut and I'm pressing, I use Best Press to kind of crisp up the fabric a little bit. And when I am pressing seams, I use this pen, the Easy Press pen by Acorn, which I believe is starch, although it doesn't say so, but it keeps your fabric from stretching and being so I do use starch, but I don't do her, but more power to her. I know I've seen her work and it is immaculate. So obviously she's found something amazing, but again, I know. Pat. I agree with Mary Beth. You should get together once a year with one company and have them sell the dandelion box special. Then you can make the main item with us. Oh, that would be fun. If you could do that, what would your special box contain and what time of the year would you sell it? Well, we already talked about kind of what I would put in the box. Time of year. Well, if it was a special dandelion box, then maybe summer. Yeah, something to think about. That would be fun. That would really be fun. I don't know what company would want to take me on, but anyway. This is Martha. Is your granddaughter doing any sewing lately? She is not. She's 13. She's got friends, and she went to some theater camps over the summer, and she's also responsible for her brother on a few days a week to babysit him. And yeah, but if she asks, I'm 100% would be happy to sew with her. This is Dorothea. What a pretty name, Dorothea. My question is, how do you deal with your leftovers? Do you organize them? What are your plans with them? I'm currently making a bunch of leftovers, but I'm not sure how to handle all of them. You can't see, but up above me, up above the cabinets that are over my head here, I have 5 square baskets that have my scraps or my leftovers divided by color. And then I have another one that is like crumbs, like smaller pieces. Before I started foundation paper piecing, I never would have kept those little pieces. But then I also found Brenda at Conquering Mount Scrapmore, and she could take the teeniest little pieces and make this like amazing thing out of it. So that's how I divide them up. At the moment, they are not prepared in any way, but I do plan at some point soon to get them all down and cut them all up into like 2.5 inch strips, or maybe 10-inch squares, or like whatever size would make them more readily usable, because they could sit up there in those baskets until eternity. Out of sight, out of mind. So that's what I do. Roberta, Have you made a project that ended up being one that only a mother could love? Oh, yeah. Many, actually, I think. Excuse me. And it was with my Tula. The biggest one was with Tula, and oh my God, it was ugly. Yeah, it's bad. At some point, I need to just rip it all apart so I can use that fabric again. But we all do it. I mean, if you could go back in time, what is one thing you wished? Alexa, stop. Did you stop? Good. One thing you wish someone had told you about quilting that you didn't know then. That the possibilities were just limitless. In what I thought to be quilting, in my mind, what quilting was, is just one little subset of what quilting is. That there's just, you can literally do anything. Other than that, I don't know. I think I've made my way fairly well. That I need more space. That would have been probably smart, but okay. I'm going to end this video and then we'll do part 3. So be well, be safe. See you part 3.